Hello and welcome to today's Vinyasa flow. So with us arriving into a new year, today's flow will focus on opening up the heart space in all different directions, a little bit into the hip space as well, and also opening the mind into this idea of new beginnings and creating space to let go of the old year and to welcome in the new year. Maybe getting a strap, a block, and possibly a bolster or a cushion, just to have them handy nearby. And then when you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. And then when you arrive on your mat, just coming into a comfortable seated position. So this might be Sukhasana, cross leg, or maybe kneeling up onto a bolster, so whatever feels right for you. And when you get there, just take a couple of shoulder rolls back and forward, just releasing a little bit of tension. And then option to soften the gaze or closing down the eyes. And just take a moment to allow yourself to arrive into your practice today. Noticing the breath. Is it long, short? Shallow, deep, and not associating any attachment to what's happening, just letting it be, just noticing, checking it. On each inhale, can you grow a little bit taller through the crown of the head, reaching it up towards the sky? And on each exhale, feel that grounding down of the sit bones beneath you, centering you back down towards the earth. And then drawing your palms together, rubbing the palms together, creating a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat here. Generating this energy for our practice today. And then go ahead and place one hand to the heart center and place the other palm on top. Just take a few minutes to feel into this heart space. Noticing any blockages or maybe any areas of freedom here. Focusing your attention to the heart space and just accepting it fully as it is right now. And I'd like to offer you out an intention or a sankalpa for you to set today. And this might be for your practice, or it might even be something that you want to journey through the year. Maybe thinking how you want to feel this year. What do you want to cultivate each and every day? And setting these intentions with love and compassion for yourself. And we'll seal this intention with 3 rounds of humming breath. So this doesn't need to be the same length as mine. This can be completely at your own pace. When you're ready, take a deep belly breath in through the nose. Exhale, humming through the throat. Inhale. You're sitting in this vibrational energy, allowing it to run through your body, allowing it to affirm that intention. And when you're ready, gently starting to blink open the eyes and slowly making your way into your all fours, your tabletop position. And when you arrive here, just starting to feel into the body, so maybe taking some circles, working into the wrists, the shoulders, the hips. Maybe you want to take some barrel rolls, moving fluidly throughout the body. So this doesn't need to look like anything here. Just taking these few breaths with how you feel, how you want to awaken the body into your practice today. You take it in one direction, just reverse in the direction here. You'll be padding out through the wrists, through the hands, turning the fingertips to face you, whichever feels right for you. Take one more breath here. And then navigating your way back to your tabletop position. But today, moving the knees a little bit further back than we usually do for the alignment of tabletop. So shoulders can be still stacked over wrists, but taking the knees a bit further back than the hip. Starting with a couple rounds of cat-cow here. So as you inhale, the tailbone lifts, the belly drops, chest reaches through, gaze up to the sky. Exhale to own the tailbone, push away through the shoulders, gaze to your belly. And take a couple rounds of this movement here. Really starting to connect that movement with your breath. Nice. And coming all the way back to this wider tabletop position. From here, moving into a moving cat-cow. So this time as you inhale, take that cow back, lift through the tailbone and send those hips all the way back to the heels. Exhale, round forward, push away through those shoulders. Journey towards the top of the mat. Let's take 3 more of these. Inhale, sends you back. Exhale, ripple round and forward. Being as expressive as you like. 1 more. This time on the inhale, holding here with this rounded back. Start to soften through the elbow joint, so keep a little bit of a bend. Start to lower those hips, maybe the feet come out a little bit wider. Dropping, melting those hips into a variation of a high cobra. You can lower down the belly here if that feels better for you. Plugging down through tops of the feet, opening through the collarbones. And then exhale, push away through the hands, engage through the core, and send the body all the way back. Nice, let's take 3 more. Inhale, ripple forward, start to lower the hips all the way down. Micro bend those elbows, peel the chest up. Exhale, send you all the way back. Nice. Inhale, rounding forward, keeping with that breath, lower the hips down. Exhale, send you back. Nice. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, take it all the way back. Taking a wide-legged child's pose here, reaching the fingertips forward. Feeling the length through the spine as you encourage those sit bones back. And then inhale, come all the way back up to that wide-legged tabletop position. And coming into Anahatasana, heart-melting pose. So keeping your knees about hips distance. Try and keep the hips stacked on top of the knees here as you walk the hands forward. Keeping the palms of the hands down here, or you can temple onto your fingertips if you need to create a little bit more space. Option as well, if this feels too much, taking a block. You can take one under each elbow and taking this variation, so whatever feels right for you. Take 2 breaths here. On each exhale, can you keep that control through the core, through the glutes, as you allow that chest to melt a little bit deeper, opening through the shoulders. Nice. Then planting the hands down, if you tented up onto fingertips, taking a thread the needle variation. So inhale, peel that right arm up. Exhale, send the right hand all the way under in line with the shoulder, palm of the hand facing up. This might be enough for you here. Maybe you want to tuck under the left toe and extend that leg behind you. Maybe you want to take that left hand up to the sky. Right ear is firmly planted down. If you want to add a little bit of play, maybe see if you can start to lift up that left leg. Maybe even taking a bite. Breathing here. Nice. And then releasing any variation, coming back the way you came. Left hand plants down. Inhale, take that right arm up and exhale, place it all the way back down, taking it on the other side. So coming back to your Anahatasana here, your heart melting pose. This time, inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale, thread that left arm all the way through. The left hand is facing up, lowering the left ear towards the mat. Maybe creeping those right fingertips forward a little here. Again, this might be enough for you here. Option to extend that right leg back, maybe staying onto the toes. Maybe lifting that right hand up to the sky. Really plugging down through the shoulder, maybe lifting that right leg up, squeeze through the glutes. Maybe bending the right foot towards the right glute and taking a bite here. If you fall out, do not worry. Just having a play with the balance. Nice. And then journeying all the way back to where you came from, right hand plants down. Left hand meets it, sink it all the way back, wide leg child's pose. Take a moment here. Maybe gently swaying the forehead, rolling it from side to side. Option to start to engage that ujjayi breath here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then inhale, peel yourself all the way back up, coming to your tabletop position. Spread wide through the fingertips, tuck under the toes, push away through shoulders, hover those knees off the mat for 3, squeeze the core of the glutes 2. Breathing here for 1, and then start to send those sit bones up and back, coming to your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Just taking anything you need in this first downward facing dog, so maybe a pedal through the feet, a yes and no shake through the head, maybe even want to take some twist through the hips. Just calming back to that breath. And then inhale, start to send the gaze forward, rise all the way to the tiptoes and tiptoe the feet behind the wrists, and then start to heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Heels in, toes face out as you lower the sit bones down, coming to your yogic squat malasana. Option to take the block to sit underneath here, building that muscle memory. Otherwise, maybe using those elbows on the inside of the thighs, hands to heart center. And taking a little rock from side to side here, just getting into those hips. Couple of breaths here. Nice, and then come back to stillness. See if you can push down through the soles of the feet. Engage the glutes, lift a little bit higher. Place the hands back down, send the sit bones high, heel toe the feet into shoulder distance apart. Then exhale, hinging forward here. Ragdoll pose, so holding on to opposite elbows. Gently sway from side to side if that feels nice. Maybe keeping a really generous bend in the knees. And come back to stillness here. Take fists with the hand and then just start to gently create a little bit of tapping the backs of the legs, the backs of the thighs, the glutes here. And just starting to release any of that stagnant energy here in the body. This can be as gentle or as active as you like. Maybe working to the sides, right into the glutes. Nice, and then release it, let it go. Ground down through the feet, peel the body all the way up to standing. Inhale, rise all the way up. As you reach the top of the mat, exhale, shoulder blades roll down the back. Nice, taking your hands to heart center. Finding that position through your Tadasana. Releasing the hands down beside you. And then maybe just taking a moment to close down the eyes here. Whether you're feeling whether the weight is a little bit further forward, further back. Maybe your weight goes to one side. Maybe taking a little bit of movement here just to see where feels right for you in your center. And then drawing your hands to your heart center, blinking open the eyes. Take a big inhale, expand open through the chest, shine the heart up to the sky. As you exhale, draw the palms together, round through the spine. Really feel like you're pushing that energy to your heart center. Nice, so take 2 more. Inhale, open, expand those collarbones. Exhale, draw energy to heart center. Nice, 1 more, inhale. And exhale, hands draw through to heart center. Beautiful. I'll take a couple variations of Sun Salutation B with some little add-ons, and then we'll start to move a little bit into the flow. So finding your stance, feet hips distance apart or toes together, heels apart, whichever feels right for you. Send the sit bones down, inhale, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to cactus the arms, keeping the glutes and the belly strong, open through that upper back. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, sweeping the body forward, fold. Now, let's take 2 more of those. So as you inhale, peel it up, cactus chair. Exhale, sweep those arms, dive, cascade down. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down, really nice. Inhale, halfway lift. As the shins gaze forward or fingertips to the mat. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to your plank pose. Lower down the knees and tuck the toes. Inhale, send shoulders over the wrist. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades down, squeeze the glutes, baby cobra. Exhale, to under toes, lift knees, send sit bones hand, down and facing dog. Ground down through the left foot as you inhale that right leg up to the sky. And then bend that right foot towards left glute, open that right hip out. Maybe taking some circles with the knee, circles through the ankle, finding some space here. Keeping square through the shoulders. And then inhale, squaring off through that hip. As you exhale, draw that right knee in towards your chest, protract through those shoulders, and then step the right foot a little bit further towards the right hand side of the mat. Inhale, lift up to a high lunge. Option to stay here or option to pivot that back foot, heels slightly inward, toe facing out, warrior 1. So you can take any variation here, trying to square the hips off, but maybe taking a bit of a wider stance, maybe bending into that leg a little bit more, finding where feels right for you. Take 2 breaths here. Left hip is journeying forward, right hip is back, squaring, squeezing the glutes as we find a little back bend through that upper back. Inhale here. Exhale, shimmy that right foot in a little bit. If you tuck it towards the side, frame that right foot, step back. Option to lower down through knees or take full chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck under toes, downward facing dog. Now, this time going down through the right as you inhale that left leg up to the sky. Bend the left foot over towards the right glute. Open that left hip high. And taking some movement here. Taking some circles through the hip, through the knee, through the ankle joint. Inhale, squaring that left hip off. As you exhale, squeeze that left knee towards the nose and then step the left foot in slightly to the left of the mat. Inhale, reach high, high lunge, or pivot that back foot, heel out, toe in slightly, 45 degrees. Adjusting your stance as necessary. Taking your hands up to the sky, warrior one. Squeezing those glutes. Lifting through that heart. Cultivating that energy flowing through that upper body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, shimmy the foot back. Frame the front foot, step it back. Your vinyasa, lowering the knees or full chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe moving, maybe having just some stillness in your downward facing dog. Come back to that breath. On the inhale, from your downward facing dog, start to ripple all the way into plank. From here, lower down the hips, bend at the elbows a little bit, peel that chest up. So hovering upward facing dog. Options to lower the knees and take the variation that we did at the start of the practice, coming back to child's pose. Inhale here. Exhale, really squeeze the glutes, firm the belly as you exhale, take it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Nice, we'll take one more. Inhale, ripple it forward, keep the glutes engaged as you lower the hips, slight bend in the elbows, peel the chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog, beautiful. Take the gaze in between the hands, walk, step, jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall. Inhale to rise all the way up, hands reach overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Really nice. Let's take those 3 breaths, expanding through the heart space. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, hands through heart center. Option to blow out through the mouth. Nice. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Taking round 2, little add-on. Inhale, take that cactus chair pose. Exhale, round it, dive forward. Sweep it up. Inhale, cactus chair. Exhale, swan dive down. 1 more. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, release, melt all the way down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Take your variation of your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, just stepping that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Pivoting that back foot if you wish. Inhale, warrior one, finding your variation. Inhale, expand, lift through the chest as you interlace the hands behind you. Roll shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest. Send the fist down as you open through the heart. If you've taken that back foot, you can take a variation of humble warrior, but it might be better just to place it down here, finding that stability, take the wider stance. So inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, we're aiming to get that right shoulder on the inside of that right knee. Squaring off through the hips, squeezing those glutes. Just allow the head to melt forward here. 2 breaths here. Surrendering to the past year to allow us to move forward into this new space. One more breath. As you inhale, squeeze through the legs, through the glutes, come back as you can, lift all the way up. Nice. Exhale, release the hands, heel toe the feet in if you need. Exhale, frame that front foot, step it back for Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, this time, left foot steps all the way through, taking your warrior one stance. Take a moment to find that grounding, find your modification. Inhale, sweep the arms behind you, lift through that chest, open, lean the body back. As you exhale, start to send the body forward, left shoulder on the inside of the left thigh. Bending into that front leg, 2 breaths here. Stay strong and grounded through that back foot. Surrendering through those arms, through the head. And then inhale, strong foundation, squeeze the glutes as you rise all the way back up. Release the hands, frame that front foot, step back to plank Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees, send the sit bones all the way back, come to a comfortable kneeling position. And then just placing one hand over the other at that heart space. Just coming back to that center. Maybe coming back to your intention. Feeling that heart beating in the chest, creating that energy, that sense of feeling it alive. Pumping prana, that life force around the body. Take an inhale here through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, gently sigh it out. Nice. 2 more, inhale. Inhale. Let it all go. Nice. Gently blinking, open the eyes. Inhale, arms reach high above you. Exhale, right hand goes back, left hand goes forward. Open out into a gentle twist, just for a moment. Inhale, arms reach all the way back. Exhale, left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale, take it all the way back. 1 more each side. Exhale, take a twist. Inhale, all the way back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, all the way back. Exhale, plant the hands down, tuck under the toes, downward facing dog, coming into a mini flow now. So finding your foundations in your downward facing dog. Coming into that upward dog ripple here. So we've done this before. As you inhale, rise to the toes. Option to modify lower to the knees if you wish. Squeeze the glutes, lower the hips down, bending through those elbows. From here, keep that left leg firm, squeeze the glutes and draw the right foot in towards the glute. Turn all the way over to the left side and plant the right foot down, left foot is extending up. Inhale, that right arm circle sweep all the way behind you. Planting the hands just behind the sit bones, fingertips facing towards you. Roll shoulder blades down the mat. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, ground down through right foot, lift the hips high. Maybe the sole of that left foot can lower to the mat. Maybe you can drop the head for this variation of reverse tabletop. Take an inhale, shine that heart to the sky. Exhale, gently lower those hips all the way back down towards the mat. Take an inhale, lift that left hand up to the sky, the right hand extends behind you. Exhale, twist over to the right. Any variation of twist using the elbow, just hooking that right knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lift and lengthen as you exhale, gently twist over towards the right. Take an inhale, this time as you exhale, come back the way you came. So left hand circle sweep all the way back down. The right hand follows ground down through that left leg and send that right foot back into the sky, three-legged dog. Amazing if you are still with me, otherwise let's meet back in three-legged dog. Beautiful. Bend right foot towards the left glute, open out. This time, option to tent up onto the right fingertip. Take the gaze through underneath that right armpit. Really open out the shoulders, open out the chest here. One more breath here. Place the hand all the way back down. Inhale, square the hips, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose. Step the right foot all the way top of the mat as you inhale, high lunge. Squaring through the hips here, maybe bending into that back leg. As you inhale, really overload that front leg, sweep it forward. Exhale, drag it all the way back up, cactus the arms, open through the chest. Nice, two more. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, draw back, keep the glutes engaged as you open that upper back. Inhale. Exhale, shine, heart shines up to the sky. This time, interlace hands behind the back. Lift and lengthen through the chest, coming into toppling tree. So pivot the front toes in for balance. Lean into that front leg so much. Coming into this variation first of bound warrior 3. This might be enough for you here, or otherwise coming into toppling tree. So slight bend in the right leg. Lift and lengthen through that heart space. So it's like we're taking a mini back bend here. Squeezing through those glutes, lowering the belly towards the right thigh, keeping that chest lifted, pointing that back toe. One more breath. And then releasing the hands all the way down, maybe taking blocks coming into your standing splits. And let's pulsate here. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise onto fingertips. Exhale, pulse. And then hold in here in your variation of standing split. Engaging through the glutes. You can have hands down. Maybe the right hand comes towards the back of the right shin. Drawing that forehead down towards the shin. Maybe you want to bend that left foot towards the left glute. The left hand can reach back. Taking this bound variation, adding a quad stretch. Staying with it, finding that grounding through the feet, the calmness of the mind. And then gently releasing all the way out, step that left foot towards the back of the mat, lower that back knee down. Hand comes on the inside of the right foot, heel toe the foot out, release the top of the foot down, lizard lunge. Just taking a couple movements, opening through the hips. Ground down through the left hand as you inhale, the right arm sweep all the way up and back behind you. This might be enough, or maybe you want to squeeze through the glutes, lifting that left foot up towards the glute. Option to take a quad stretch, or option to push the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Open through the chest. Option to come down to left forearm as well if you want to add a little bit more space. Feeling the openings through the hips, through the shoulders. Then inhale, release the bind, gently lower that left leg back with control. Heel, toe the foot in between the hand. Tuck under the toes, step to plank, ripple back down and facing dog. Nice, 2 breaths here. Option to lower into child's pose if that feels better for you. Taking anything here just to reset, we have one more side. Maybe taking a nice releasing breath, exhale and let it go through the mouth. Okay, same other side now. Finding your strong foundation, everyone meeting back in downward facing dog. As you inhale, right to the toes, shift forward, high plank. Lower the hips down, squeeze the glutes, peel that chest all the way up to the sky. Strong through the right glutes, right leg, as you squeeze that left foot in. Pivot all the way over the right leg, place the left foot down into this extended posture. Place the fingertips down beside the hips, fingertips facing forward, roll shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push down through the left foot, drive the hips all the way up. Maybe the right sole of the foot comes down towards the earth. Variation Padasana. Hold in here, strong through those shoulders, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, lower the sit bones all the way down. Inhale, right arm reaches high, left hand comes behind you. Exhale, take the twist. Either drawing that left knee towards the body or hooking that right elbow over. Breathe in here. Inhale, crown of the head long. Exhale, can you twist a little bit deeper? Now coming back to that variation, that transition, the way we came in. Circle seat the right hand all the way back down towards the right side of the mat. The left hand circles all the way forward. We're coming back onto this right foot. Pivot onto the right toe. Extend that left leg high, three-legged dog. Amazing. Nice. And then taking that split hip dog, open the left side. Option to stay here or option to tent onto the left fingertip. Really see how much you can take that left foot over, taking the gaze underneath the left shoulder hip, squeezing the glutes, keeping the core controlled here. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left hand back down. Inhale, square off through the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that left knee towards the chest, step it forward, high lunge. Nice, finding your foundation, high lunge option to bend the back leg. Take an inhale, scoop it all forward. As you exhale, pull it open, squeeze through the glutes, open the upper back. Nice, inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, shine it up to the sky one more time, inhale. Exhale, draw it all the way back, keep drawing back till you interlace those hands back behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest. Exhale, maybe pivoting the left toes in towards 1 o'clock for balance. Lean, hinge the body weight forward, forward, forward until the right leg can lift off the mat. Coming into bound warrior 3, but lifting through that upper body. Staying here or slight bend into the left leg as you keep that chest lifted, aiming to get that belly over the thigh. Breathe in here, find that drishti, that gaze. Embrace the wobbles. Now wherever you are, releasing the hands, maybe taking them to a block. Coming into your standing splits. Let's pulsate for 2. Inhale, rise to fingertips. Exhale, release, draw that head towards the shin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Again, option to stay here. Maybe take the hand towards the shin, drawing that head down, or maybe keeping the left hand down, taking the bind, taking that quad stretch with the right leg. One more breath. Gently release if you have the bind, bend the front leg, step it back, lay lunge. Heel toe the foot out, come into lizard lunge and take a few movements, a few rocks side to side, getting into that hip space. Option to lower down that back leg and tuck the toes Inhale, the left arms up all the way back and around. This might be enough. Or maybe squeezing those glutes. Maybe you want to take a strap here to interlace it around the foot and draw it in. Maybe you want to take that quad stretch or push the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Roll that right shoulder blade down the back, heart opens. Again, option to lower to forearm if that feels better for you. One more breath. And release it down, heel toe that foot back in. Step back to plank, lower the knees, lower all the way back, come back to that kneeling. And just place your hands in your lap. Take a couple of breaths here. And then gently opening the eyes, walking the hands all the way forward and lower all the way down towards your belly. Taking a nice stretch through the shoulders. Taking the right hand into cactus, elbows slightly above the shoulder here. Right ear goes towards the mat, turn up onto the left fingertips. Maybe taking it across towards the side. Maybe you want to step that left foot behind. Just taking a couple breaths here. Breathing into this space. And then gently come all the way back the way you came through towards your belly. Cactus the left arm this time. Turn up onto the right fingertips, the left cheek, left ear is towards the mat. And gently start to roll onto the left side body. Just feel a deep stretch through the left shoulder. Option to place the right foot or the right toes behind to deepen the stretch. Maybe closing down the eyes if that feels nice for you. And then come all the way back to center, last little bit of leg kick. So coming onto your belly, interlace your hands behind you. You should be nice and warm for this. Coming into variation of locust pose. So bending at the arms, place the hands on the sacrum. Take an inhale, so let you scooping the pelvis forward, grounding down towards the mat. And then as you exhale, start to lift the feet. Lift the shoulder blades off the mat, drawing those hands down. Take the gaze slightly in front of you. We're not extending and arching through the neck. Squeeze those glutes really hard. Engage the thighs, lifting up here. And then exhale, release it back down. Place the forehead down and just gently start to wind scream like the legs from side to side. So you can take that variation again, or you can come into your danurasana bow pose. So option to take a strap here as well. An option to take a bolster. So if you're new to danurasana, you might want to take a bolster and place it just in front of your hips, just to give you that nice lift through the belly, because it's the same kind of movement, but we're lifting up here. So this means that we can start to feel what it feels like, building that muscle memory, where we have a little bit of aid here. Again, you can take the strap behind you, hooking it on towards the feet. Taking a grip through the hands. Variation of danurasana bow pose. If you have a solid practice of danurasana, so taking this now. So lifting up, like we did with our locust pose. So bending the feet towards the glutes, maybe flexing the feet or pointing the toe. Take the hands to the outside of the ankles, again, option to use the strap. Inhale, lift up through that upper body. As you exhale, Push the feet into the hands into the foot like we did before. Lift that chest forward, squeeze the thighs together. Hold for 2 breaths. Nice, gently lower all the way down. And then take a little windshield right with the legs. So you can either take your locust pose, your danurasana, or maybe coming onto your back and taking a restorative bridge pose if that's what you would prefer right now for your heart opening. Or you can come with me and we can explore funky danurasana. So, to take it on the first side, we extend the right hand down, tent up onto the fingertips. Send the left arm all the way through. So it's like we have done many times this practice, like the thread the needle. Squeeze that right foot towards the glutes and taking hold, maybe taking the strap of that right foot. So taking this if you want, if you're quite advanced in your practice. From here, lifting up. So I'm using this elbow as a bit of a kickstand as I draw the feet in. Extend all the way up, flex through that left foot, hold onto the left ankle, take an inhale. And as you exhale, same movement, keeping that elbow on the floor, lifting all the way up here. Pushing the hand into the foot, foot into the hand. Nice, gently release all the way down. Come all the way back through center and just allow the body to rest down, shaking it from side to side. Again, staying with that locust variation, danurasana, maybe even with the bolster, or taking your bridge pose. And then we'll take the funky danurasana to balance it out on the other side. So same thing, left hand extends forward, the right hand threads through, lower it down. Squeeze that left foot all the way towards the left glute. You might want to just use a little bit of a helping hand to secure that foot. So holding on to the top of the foot this time here. Inhale, sweep the left hand all the way back. So we're coming up a little bit onto the elbow. Flex through that right foot. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, squeeze, lift through the chest, push down through the forearm. Push foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Breathe in here. Nice, and gently releasing off, amazing. Wherever you are, start to make your way onto your back. That could just be rolling over like I'm doing now. No fancy transitions. And then taking the feet towards the width of the mat, just allow the knees to rest down here. Maybe starting to close the eyes. And gently start to windscreen right the legs from side to side. Just releasing off from all the heart opening, all the back bends. Starting to come back to that more gentle breath. And come all the way back to center. Softly draw your knees in towards your chest. And then shifting the sit bones over to the left. Allow the knees to drop over to the right. Cactus the arms, or they can come into a T shape, whatever feels best. Maybe you take your head over towards the left. Any options for legs? Maybe you want to hook that right leg on top to intensify the stretch. And taking a couple moments here. Allowing that lower body to sink, twisting, cleansing through that upper body, clearing space. Pull the head back to center, release the bind of the legs if you take it, and then draw it all the way back. This time, we'll let the hips shift over to the right, knees over to the left. Options to take the gaze or closing down the eyes, over to the right. Then any options with the legs here. settling into that stillness. Couple more breaths in. And draw the head all the way back to centre, draw the knees all the way back into the chest, and then taking hands on the knees and maybe just giving some circles through the lower back. And then taking hands underneath the thigh, slowly start to rock and roll all the way up to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to finish this practice today with a new posture. So this is caterpillar. So basically a more restorative version of a forward fold. So taking a bolster, blankets, pillows, anything you can to just stack up on here. And we're just going to allow ourselves to tuck the chin towards the chest and completely melt and surrender forward here, just countering all those back bends and folding into ourselves, finding that introspective. So when you're ready, tucking the chin towards the chest and just gently start to lower the body forward and down. You can maybe place one side of the head down, maybe placing the forehead down. And just release, surrender the arms wherever it feels nice. Breathing into that back body here. Be here for 2 minutes. Just allowing everything to go here. Everything to settle. Absorbing everything that you need to in this newfound space in your body. And folding into yourself, into your intention all the rest of the year. Let go of anything that's not serving the cause. Maybe releasing the clench of the jaw, the grip of the fingertips, releasing the temples, just allowing them to melt here. Two more breaths. And then slowly as you can, start to peel yourself all the way back to seated. Placing your prop, bolster, cushions just over to one side. As you roll the body all the way down into its final resting pose, your Shavasana. Just letting everything feel heavy, everything feel balanced in the body. Knowing you're exactly where you need to be right now. Completely letting go of that control of the breath. Be absorbed by the grounding of the body. You have the option to stay for as long as you wish here in your Shavasana. And I will leave you here. Thank you.